Welcome back. This is David Johnston, my co-host Tamika Bryant. We're on the couch, Real Estate Masters on TV25. Today we're on site in a spectacular container home in Brookside owned by Debbie Glassberg. And not only is she an amazing designer and homeowner, but she's also a raw food fanatic. And so here she comes creeping across the set with a little...
Just a little snack for you guys.
Thanks,
you.
Debbie.
Tomatoes from my front yard and the crackers made with potato.
Oh, cool. We get snacks.
Scratchy out. Okay.
All right. We got food and everything.
Thank you, Debbie.
I like it here. We're just moving.
Yeah, because of move in. Yeah, that's right. So before we went to, actually it was interesting on break, Brian, one of the producers, had mentioned that Architectural Digest just posted an article on Facebook. Well, not Brian, it was Tony, actually. Sorry. I'll get that stuff. Sorry. I won't screw that one up again. Did you see the looks from back there?
No,
Damn.
I don't look over there when we're dating for a reason.
It was
I feel
glare.
it burning.
Yeah. Anyway, Architectural Digest has just published an article on Facebook about container homes, which I thought was pretty cool since we're sitting here in this great house. So anyway, welcome back again. Tamika had a few things I think she wanted to talk about, a little bit about upcoming seminars and conferences that you've been to.
It's so much going on in
going on
our
right now?
market for education, for not just the consumer, but also real estate professionals, investors. And I've just been going around to all these great conferences. And it just hit me that many people probably, even within our industry, don't realize the access and what's going on, because so many real estate professionals get tunnel vision on, oh, I have my CE. And what made me think about it is this is
because
our
they put the
CE.
C off until the last month.
Yeah, and this is the CE year, for renewal. So it's like, oh, okay, I've got to get my hours in, but never really stopping. And they do it online, nothing wrong with that, but never stopping and looking around and going, what other conferences and what other trainings and opportunities are out there?
What can I do to better myself as a real estate
and I think
agent?
you miss a big piece of it going online because you don't connect with other people.
Sure.
So if I go to a class and I go live into a live classroom, I may see you, I may meet a new agent, and that's how we have to continuously build our networks. And so when you don't intentionally kind of connect with agents, not only locally, but nationally and internationally, we lose out a lot.
I know when I was selling, I used to get a lot of referrals from the other side of the state.
Yeah.
Agents that I would just meet, and you meet them one time, and you find out if people within Missouri are moving.
Yeah.
You have agents all going to like the Missouri Association of Realtors Business Conference.
Right.
Well, when people are moving in Kansas City or in Missouri, they're either moving usually to Kansas City or to St. Louis, and so we get tons of referrals from small community.
Yeah.
Agents is a great way.
Yeah, and so I'm
Good as
thinking
well.
of the Kansas, there's a Kansas Association of Realtors conference.
Yep, that's
coming up. And then there was one that was at the convention center that was hosted by the Kansas Housing Conference. And it happened in Overland Park, and I remember saying to some realtors, did you guys get to that? And they were like, what? What was that? And it's one of the best, attended and well-run conferences that was sitting right in our backyard, and we didn't know about it because it didn't come through one particular channel or another channel. And so I want to just really reach out to not just agents, but also buyers and sellers, and just kind of step back and do some Google searches and see what's happening.
Right before break, didn't you just say like there was a LGBT conference?
Yeah.
It was completely sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out. It's in Fort Lauderdale, and who wouldn't want to be there?
I know.
I'm like, that's a tax write-off and education
with a
and
bunch of
warm
party
weather.
queens? I mean,
exactly.
really, girl.
And glitter, of course, for you.
I
You
wonder if they
bring
have
the
a white
glitter.
party.
I'm sure you bring the
Have a
glitter.
white party.
And those conferences, they're sponsored by national partners, and so you get really good quality information. Like I just came back from Think Realty's conference. It's a global conference in San Francisco, and one of the speakers was Vanilla Ice.
Oh.
Hello, I was like, ice, baby.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see, like, somebody I was like dancing to who's now in real estate. He's flipping real estate on
He has a
a
TV
show. Yeah, with his TV show. But the other part of that is I met Asian investors. I met investors who were coming in from Canada, and was meeting and connecting with all sorts of people at that conference. And if I didn't go, I would have never had that experience. And I look at that as an investment in me,
Sure.
not as an expense. And so I think the
You're only going to grow your business.
of course, I'm only going to grow my network. I'm only going to find, new ways to do something. And like one thing I did while I was driving around before we got to the pier, I had my RPR app out. And so I pull it up and I can see all the foreclosures and all the properties that are listed. And so I pull it up and it says, oh, this property is in foreclosure for $2.2 million. And I'm like, oh, I need to be here, or connecting some investors
so you
to
called
this
me out
property.
for using HOA right before break.
Yes,
as we forget in the industry.
That's correct.
RPR is Realtors Property Resource.
Right.
And it's a free app.
It's
as long as you're a member of the National Association of Realtors.
Correct.
And it's amazing. It's like having a national multiple listing service on your cell phone.
Yeah, minus the compensation part.
Yeah, minus the compensation part.
So it's every parcel of real estate and residential and commercial that gets a value of some sort placed on it. So I could be in San Francisco and I can see listings and what's sold in that area and everything.
On my side, on the lending side now, I'll even use it to look in. You can go back and see the last recorded mortgage that was on it. And, you can, calculate what you think they probably owe on the note left on it. A ton of good information on that.
I used it the other day, and I wouldn't suggest people use it this way, but I'll send a message to my sister and with a screenshot of her building with the mortgage thing that said it just refied. And I said, your rent is about to go up, sweetie. So is it time to move yet?
Exactly.
Kind of taunting her through that particular process. So there's lots of tools, apps, conferences for everyone getting into real estate or, wanting to make this a career full time or just looky-loos who are out there. There's lots of info out there for them.
We need to wrap things up because we're about out of time for today, honey.
Okay,
but
I guess I'll get my snack.
You eat your snack. It's really good. Like it's the kale. For everybody that's watching on our Facebook page, please come visit us there. We like comments, questions, anything like that. We're open. You've been watching Tamika Bryant, myself, David Johnston on TV25. Thank you. We'll see you later.